Hopefully everyone had a lovely weekend. Welcome to November. I decided that this week that I would go a little bit easy on ourselves. So we have 3 straight weeks left of meditating. So we're going into our 6th week together. And I figured this week would be gentle, easy, surrender, innocence. But the word I really want to use is simplify. I really want to simplify our practice this week. Hey, Cape Gamma and Laura. Mostly because I think it is going to be a long week, particularly if you are following the elections. And honestly, when I was coming up with the idea to come back and do these, it really was because of the pandemic and everyone going back inside. What's going on now? And being able to sit with you guys again and hopefully provide a little bit of now what would be structure and some comfort, hopefully, because we did this and we got through it in the spring. I figured that we could bring a little bit of that back to the fall, and at the same time I knew the election was coming up, and I actually remember I get excited around daylight savings. So usually with the clients that I work with usually has the most success in the fall daylight savings, because there's really no excuse, because you really do gain an hour. So starting a morning meditation is a little bit easier for a lot of my clients right around now. But I remember 4 years ago doing this at a school in Newton and working with their administration. And I went on the Wednesday after the election. And so in thinking of these next few weeks, basically come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whenever the election's decided, roughly 50% of the country is going to be unhappy. And so I said this week, let's not put as much effort into anything. Let's work on healing. Let's work on not giving up. Let's work on just relaxing. And so you'll see a lot of hoodies this week, and you'll see a lot of Scully Cap week. I've decided it's Scully Cap week. Niall and McGowan will love this. I have Scully Caps from Roscommon, where my family's from in Ireland. And I have Scully Caps that I bought from Norwood, Mass, which is the other God's country. I have them from Milton, where I bought them in Milton. And this one is actually from the south of France. So I'm going to wear a different one every week, every day, and probably wear a different hoodie every day as well. Just so we can be relaxed, I want us to focus on our focus meditation. So Mondays, we work with mantras. Today we are going to be pulling off one of my favorite books called The Spontaneous Fulfillment of Desire, which I think I started studying. I was lucky enough to start studying at the Chopra Center in 2004, 2005, roughly, right around then. And this is by far his best book because it has a list of mantras that we study, but also that I can share. So I have a list that I can share directly with you all. And so today we're going to work one of the mantras that we are going to be working with. This whole week we should be working with Moksha. Moksha. Moksha means I am emotionally free. And don't we want to be that this week? So I'm going to talk a little bit about mantras in general. And so mantras are... that's awesome, Kenzie. Mantras really are ways of focusing your attention. A lot of the times where our attention's so scattered, and particularly this week it'll be really scattered. It'll be all over the place. And so focused meditations are a way to bring that attention in a relaxed and calm way. So we're able to learn, we're able to relax, and we're able to let go of our story, the story we're telling in our mind, the story that leads to the past of stuff we can't fix or want to fix, or the future. Anxiety is about the future. And when you start meditating with mantras, in an effort to focus your attention, you start to see that these distractions waste a ton of your emotional energy. And our emotional energy is going to be so drained this week hopefully what you'll see when you start implementing a mantra into your practice is that a mantra meditation helps you restore your energy. It helps actually invigorate it because you're no longer in the future or in the past. You're in the immediate experience of this moment. And if you're not, then you come back to the repetition of your mantra. So the mantra we're going to use today is Moksha. It's one of my favorites. It means I am emotionally free. We are going to align it with the breath at first, and then we will let it go. And then today, for something different that we haven't done here, what I'd like to do is just take away the mantra. I'll have you guys still recite. I'll have you guys let go of the mantra when I ring the bell. And then what I'd like to do is just recite some of these affirmations from my favorite book by Dr. Deepak Chopra. Some of the affirmations that go along with this mantra or sutra, rather, these sutra statements, I think will be good. So let us get started. Happy November. Find your most comfortable seat. Let's close our eyes. We'll work on our mental push-ups or our inner size. You know, we do exercise when we work on the outside. We're going to do some inner size right now when we work on the inside. So let's just start by taking in the energy from this new moon, this beautiful new month. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose, hold it at the top. Let it go to the mouth. Let the shoulders drop. Remember, simplify. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Hold it. And let it go through the mouth. And now a slow, deep inhale through the nose. And gently exhale through the nose. In the beginnings of months, it's our chance to really start to explore. We can begin again by asking our 3 questions. As most of you know, I like to ask myself 3 questions before I meditate to help center myself, start to explore that inner landscape. So I invite you to ask these questions along with me, silently in your own mind. And I want you to notice what comes up and try not to judge the answers and just ask it again. We're seeing if we can get to deeper levels of our awareness. So the first question I want you to ask yourself is, who am I? Who am I? And we may not know the full answer to that question. A lot of us will ask we identify with the positions that we hold, the possessions that we own, where we live, the way we vote. Those are threads of who we are. But what happens if we just keep asking it? See if we can peel back some of those layers of conditioning. Who am I? What do I want? Ask yourself, what do you want to see happen in these last 2 months of the year? What do you want to see happen for you? Because whether we're aware or not, who am I and what do I want, they're guiding a majority of our life's choices. So we need to get really centered on what it is we want, so we can hopefully use it to help. So what do I really, really want? last question is, what is my Dharma? Or what is my purpose? I believe we all have a unique purpose on this planet. And our real life's work is to figure out what it is we're good at. Or maybe we already know. Or maybe it changes every time we meditate. But how can you use it to help? So you can simplify this question and just ask yourself, how can I help? Or how can I serve? Okay, let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Really let it fill up the lungs. Let it out through the mouth. We'll detach from our questions and we'll turn back to the breath. This time on the inhale, I want you to silently, I'm going to break up the mantra, silently think the word Mok. And on the exhale, I want you to silently think the word Sha. So Mok on the inhale, Sha on the exhale. And we're going to do that for about a minute. Okay. Now you can keep using the mantra, breathing in Mok, breathing out Sha. But sometimes I like to disconnect from the breath. Sometimes I feel like I'm too much in control of it. And I want to simplify the practice by silently just repeating in my own mind, almost listening for the mantra Moksha. So whenever I notice a thought, a feeling, a sensation, a sound, something takes my attention away, and I realize I'm not repeating the mantra Moksha, I just gently guide my attention back to that gentle repetition of the mantra Moksha. So don't worry about the speed, the rhythm, the pitch. It can be as gentle as Moksha. Moksha. But sometimes the distractions are flooding in and it's Moksha, 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 Moksha. And you find this rhythm of your own heart, and that's fine too. I still want you to keep the mantra gentle, relaxed. Don't force it. We're not trying to control it. Remember, we're simplifying, we're relaxing, we're letting go. We are emotionally free. But sometimes it can get louder in your mind, or softer, or fainter. It can even sound like jumbled, like moksha, joksha. It turns into different words. Whenever you notice that it's changed, I just want you to bring it back to a more perceptible level in the mind. Best advice I ever got when doing a mantra meditation from one of my teachers, David G. He said, imagine just listening for it. Instead of silently repeating it, you're almost listening for it. And finally, I just want to say, as you're repeating the mantra or as you're listening for the mantra, go at it with our two mantras, our outward mantras of innocence and surrender. Innocently repeating the mantra, surrendering to whatever's happening in the moment. It's almost like on a really cold day like this in New England where the water's still warm. It's like the mist that will rise off the Charles River at dawn. You see it kind of float up with very little effort. If you're trying any harder than that, then just relax your expectations and gently keep repeating the mantra Moksha. So I want to keep meditating in this way. I'll keep an eye on the time. And so when you hear me ring the bowl, we'll still continue to sit. We want to keep our eyes still closed, and I'll close with some of our affirmations or our sutras. eyes still closed, I want you to let go of the mantra and just rest easy as I read some of the affirmations on the mantra or sutra of moksha. I am emotionally free. I want you to imagine that you are without physical form, and a field of awareness is everywhere around you at all times. Moksha. Imagine you have left behind forever any sense of anger or resentment. Moksha. Imagine you are free from blaming, free from feeling blame and guilt. Moksha. Imagine that you are never drawn into melodrama or hysteria. Moksha. Imagine that you can choose any emotional feeling you want to experience. Moksha. Imagine you can set any goal you want to achieve and actually achieve it. Moksha. Imagine that you are free of your habitual compulsions and habitual patterns of behavior. Moksha. Imagine that you are free of any addictions. Moksha. Imagine that you never participate in any gossip. Moksha. Imagine that you are free to respond at the highest level, no matter what the situation is or how anyone else behaves. Moksha. Imagine that there is no limits to what you can manifest. Moksha. And imagine that you can see infinite possibilities at all time, infinite choices. Moksha. And go ahead and start to deepen your awareness back into the space. You can do that by rolling the head from side to side or in a circle, back to front. Maybe rolling the shoulders front to back, back to front, massaging the hands together. Whatever you need to do to come back to the space. And when you're comfortable, go ahead and gently open your eyes. Namaste.